Une heure et demie avec un enfant. They play better and they are more soft. That's human actors. So that's the start. But with this big success, on founder has a chance to meet a lot of big puppeteers around Europe. And he was in this time also this kind of visionary to make the new research puppetry. There was more than 12 theatre for adults in Brussels. And even all the towns in Belgium, like in Liège, is still big puppet theatre for adults, not only for children. But there was a moment in the history of puppetry that the puppeteers asked to invent. What is that? Andhra Pradesh, giants, shadow puppets. It's more than 140 years. It's a gift from the Japanese embassy, Indian embassy to our museum. Why? Because we had a very big follower in India. She is now the president of puppeteers in India, and she came here in the 60s and 70s, and she learned from me. So object is more than puppets? No, of course. No. It's something else, because they are all the time big masters, like this man who has made this shadow puppets. He's unknown. President of puppeteers during 10 years after the Second World War. And there is a big friend of theatre. There is the most important collection. There is 14 puppets from Macron. These puppets now, so for the children it's important to see also EAOS, and because Indian puppets perhaps is too complicated. For example, Vidushaka. All people say because that's a comic hero, the first comic hero in the tradition of puppetry. The Indian puppets and the Indian photo is the first big photo for the puppet. In history, in anthropology, we know that they are the first to have developed truly what is the sense of a puppet show. But for the Asiatic people, puppet show is not. We have a false image. It's a copy of the art. And the history is something. That's the real. The actor comes after the puppet, and for the Indians, for the Chinese, for the Japanese, for the Indonesians, the American, it's not the puppet, it's the double of the actor. It's the actor, the double of the actor. So we have also to think about, sometimes we have prejudice about all the things. And puppetry, for example, there's only Guignol, but Guignol is not Guignol. An amazing world of imaginary. And each country has developed so many techniques and so many characters that we cannot reduce only to Kasper in Germany or Kasper in Italian or Commedia dell'arte. There are 200 years. So that's the end of the Commedia dell'arte. The local heroes start to emerge. Guignol, European Brussels, also Ansiarich in Netherlands. It's different. All these characters are very famous. Arlequin. Here we have Pulcinelli. They're from Bergamo. So all these characters are fascinate the comics structure of the theater and also the comic structure of puppet show. That's not only one character. For example, in Paris, there's a very known character, Polichinelle. Polichinelle is coming from Pulcinella, from Napoli. And so we have to think that all the puppeteers and comedians from the 15th century to 19th century were Italians, almost Italians. So they travel a lot all the time. And so even Guignol, it seems that we don't have the truth that the big puppeteers or puppeteer from a village in Toscana, Cignolo, come in Lyon, and perhaps some people have saw this big master, and Guignolo, Cignolo, because the French pronunciation. Commedia dell'arte characters. That's not because they were forbidden, and they make Guignol only that. But that's also the 18th the end of the 18th century was very important for the puppetry in Europe, and the start of the beginning of the 20th century, before there was the movie, the cinema. This period is very important because we invent new characters. We invent local character at the end in the Révolution Française, because we forbid in France the Italian comedy, the Italians. It's not possible. Commedia dell'arte disappeared. So we start to make local hero, national hero, nationalism, creation of the states. So this totally different.
It was only for adults?
No, not only for adults, because the puppetry, the force of the puppetry is very important. That at that time there was almost 1% of people can read books. So that's the culture was in Europe. A lot of people think that culture in Europe, that's big masters, big writers, but all these big writers, Flaubert and I don't know, Victor Hugo, who can read Victor Hugo? So who can read Stevenson, or I don't know, all these people, these big, or the music, who can hear the symphony of Beethoven? That's not the people, the common people, the reason of the popularity of puppets, because it's for the simple people. We can play on the market very fast, and if the police come, up, we take the puppets on the on the luggage, and we quick run not to be arrested. So that's also this.
It's the same things in church. In church we have a lot of statues to explain people some.
But and marionettes in France. We make procession in the street, in town, and we have to find some holy figure to say the puppets is not bad. It's perfect. The church has decided. I think it was by a decision council.
You have some policemen like in Vignol on your.
There was, but normally there's